let's talk about Kevin De Bruyne. Firstly, I think we all agree that he's an unbelievable player.
First and foremost, he would be in my all-time Premier League 11. So that tells you how...
All-time, right? Okay, I agree with you. I don't think any people listening to this would disagree with that.
You'll get people that disagree.
Really?
Whenever you talk about your all-time 11, but that's always the problem area. Because my three in there...
I couldn't pick
is
my
Vieira.
Three. Right. You're not going to put Keane in the middle.
De Bruyne.
Yeah.
And Gerrard.
Right.
But you're going to get people that are screaming at the radio, Lampard, Scholes, Yaya Toure.
Keane. Yeah.
So you know what I mean? It's hard, but De Bruyne would be in mine.
Yeah, but those type of players, like the Roy Keane, they don't create.
Don't matter.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is Kevin De Bruyne is a different type of player.
It always tends to be that holder's always Vieira or Keane.
Yes, yeah. But I agree with you. He's in the conversation. He's that good a player. Yeah. He's having a bit of a dip at the moment. Mm-hmm. Why is that? I mean, you don't turn into a bad player. I'm not suggesting for one moment, by the way, he's turned into a bad player. But no one turns into a bad player overnight. Pep's been quite vocal, talking about him of late. He's not played every game for City of late as well. What is the reason for his dip? Is it just one of those things all footballers go through? He's 31 years old. Will he be maybe getting more time more often because of his age?
I think he still works incredibly hard. He's still got, incredible ability. Last season he was fantastic when he 15 goals and 8 assists. He's way down in his numbers this season, but he's still... When I look at the way De Bruyne plays, now even though Erling Haaland's got a lot of goals this season, you look at when De Bruyne's got the ball, look at Haaland's movement, he knows the ball's coming. Now when you look at Haaland and there's no De Bruyne, look how frustrated he looks. He's waving his arms about, he's not getting the passes that he wants. De Bruyne seems to be the only one who looks up first, and I think that's why potentially De Bruyne has given the ball away, probably more so than not, because his first thought, which if you're a centre forward you'd absolutely love, his first thought when De Bruyne gets the ball is, where's Haaland? How can I pick him out? So yeah, he's had a bit of a dip, but you're talking about a guy who's been so good for so long that every player in the Premier League has a little dip. Do you know what I mean? Unless you get out in your prime and you go and play for someone else, Barca, Real Madrid, wherever you want to go, every single player has a dip. And he's been at Manchester City for nearly 8-9 years now? I think it's 8 years. About 8 years now.
And were you counting it? Were you counting?
Yeah, 8 years he's been there. I mean, for me, he's one of the very, very best we've seen.
Do you remember there was a lot of question marks when Man City, I think they paid 50 million for him.
Yeah.
And everyone was going, what a waste of money that is, 50 million, couldn't do it.
Yeah, but the only problem is because people were looking at him, Chelsea.
That's right.
But people looked at Salah, Chelsea, and went, what, really?
That's right.
So when you look at De Bruyne, I would still, even though maybe his levels haven't been what they were last season, if I'm the manager, and listen, I'm not even trying to be Pep, I would be playing De Bruyne a lot more than he is playing at the minute. Even if he's not... Because the only way as a footballer and as a player you get out of this kind of slump that you're in is by playing games. And De Bruyne is one of the very best.
Getting your confidence back.
It's not even so much his confidence, but you put him on that pitch, he will make things happen. So I'd keep playing him.
You mentioned the manager there. We can have a listen now from Pep Guardiola. He spoke yesterday about how starman Kevin De Bruyne needs to do things simpler if he wants to get back to his best.
What I would like, expect many times to him, to go to the easy principles, do it well. He has an incredible ability to make an assist, to score goals and see passes like anyone else. But always I believe they will increase and will get better when the simple things that don't lose the ball, the mobility, that incredible capacity to be active in the movement, the simple things do it again better and better. When this is going to happen, the rest will come.
When you've got a manager like Pep Guardiola coming out and talking about his star player Kevin De Bruyne, saying he needs to do the simple things better. Why? What's the reason behind that? Because, I mean, Kevin De Bruyne, I would imagine, is trying to do the simple things better, but it's just not happening. Why? When a manager's coming out, and I wouldn't say talking negatively.
No, but publicly. He's probably...
Publicly, yeah,
Because Pep's quite... Listen, he's been a top manager for such a long time.
Yeah.
I think he's probably got people questioning him. He would have heard the questions, why is De Bruyne not playing? So he's kind of addressed it in a positive type way. He hasn't gone out, he hasn't hung him out to dry and gone, his performances simply haven't been good enough, so that's why I've dropped him. He's basically just said he wants him to get back to the Kevin De Bruyne that we know. I mean, the guy's had 235 appearances in the Premier League. He's got 61 goals, 98 assists. I mean,
that's ridiculous, isn't it?
That production is frightening.
You mentioned beforehand when we were talking about it, you think Odegaard's a better player at the moment in that position.
He's in better form.
Okay.
I don't think again, I always say this, I stress this all the time, this is not a Lifetime Achievement Award. This is about right now. This is currently.
And when you say currently, are you talking about the whole season or just maybe the last couple of months?
Even if you go this season.
I'm asking you, this season, you're basing it on?
I'm going on since the World Cup.
Since the World Cup?
Since the World Cup. Odegaard in that number 10 has been the best in the league.
Let me throw some other players at you. James Maddison?
Very good, but injured. But I don't think
I know, but I'm talking about in his pomp. Sorry, not in his pomp. That's unfair because in his pomp, Kevin De Bruyne is top of the list. Currently this season.
Yeah, Maddison's been good when he's been there, but because he's been so in and out, you look at the impact he has on Leicester when he's there, he is phenomenal. But you look at Odegaard's production in that team at Arsenal.
Okay.
And it's mad because at one stage Arsenal were in for Maddison, didn't get him.
Bruno?
Yeah, good player, but a little bit inconsistent. I know his numbers are up there with the best of them, but if you look how many times he gives the ball away more than anybody else.
I know we've not seen him too long in the Premier League, but João Felix?
Yeah, good player still. He's not Odegaard, though, is it, at the minute? No. Odegaard is consistently playing well, leading that a young Arsenal team.
And this is nothing to do with you being an Arsenal fan, is it?
No, you tell me. You
no, I'm asking, is it?
No.
Nothing.
Nope.
No, it's all okay.
If he was
you did say earlier on, though, that there's not one, apart from a defender, apart from a goalkeeper and a striker, no one else gets into Arsenal's team.
Right now.
That's what you said.
No, yeah.
You're laughing about
question.
Yeah.
If Odegaard was at United, what would you think? You'd say he's the best, wouldn't you?
I'd have Bruno. I'd rather have Bruno.
Right now, in their right now, right now as we stand,
I just told you my answer, Darren.
You take a Bruno Fernandes.
I just told you my answer, Darren.
Let me answer the question.
Shh.
Right now,
what do you mean one of your kids?
Right now,
shh. You go to bed.
You're taking Bruno Fernandes over Martin Odegaard.
I've already told you my answer, Darren.
Which is
Bruno.